as Donald Trump wants to negotiate, or I should say, is still in the process to get a final deal, in the process of negotiating with Iran, things are looking much more complicated for him than he thought it would be. Well, not it is just because the Iranian, they are always changing the goalpost. Occasionally they're doing that, but also Trump's inner circle, his own administration is just falling apart. This guy, Marco Rubio, wants J.D. Vance to be gone. J.D. Vance wants Marco Rubio to be fired and destroyed and annihilated. And this is ongoing. This rage of Marco Rubio against J.D. Vance is coming because, as we know, he wants to be the next president of United States. He doesn't want to be looking like someone who is a loser in terms of how he dealt with the Iran thing. So he is now forcing J.D. Vance to do all of the bidding for Donald Trump in regards to this disastrous Iran war. Now we have a report, it says the trap narrative. Let's talk about this one. Marco Rubio is intentionally distancing himself from high-stakes negotiations regarding Iran to set up J.D. Vance for failure. Yes, you are hearing it right. By not participating in the technical talks in Switzerland. So we were hoping that Marco Rubio will be there, as J.D. Vance is already there, but that is really not happening. Rubio allegedly hopes to see Vance humiliated or outmaneuvered, potentially to clear the field for a future 28 primary challenge. Now, the report basically says that while J.D. Vance, Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff are tasked with these sensitive diplomatic missions, they face significant skepticism and perceived lack of support from within their own administration. Donald Trump wants to help his administration in order to get this thing done as smooth as possible, but looks like it is not becoming that easy for him at all, because Marco Rubio has a different mind and different proposition for the whole situation. Clips of J.D. Vance, nevertheless, attempting to deflect blame regarding the lack of ceasefire in Lebanon onto Marco Rubio are circulating online. Intense questioning from Senator Jackie Rosen regarding Rubio's absence from these diplomatic negotiations are also noteworthy, as we have seen the Senator Jackie Rosen questioning Rubio. Where are you? Why you're not joining this negotiation? Of course, Rubio doesn't want to be seen with the Iranians because he believes they are evil people. I mean, Marco Rubio does have the tendency to become very extreme. Now, J.D. Vance is experiencing declining approval ratings, particularly among women and independents, while Rubio is positioning himself differently to appeal to voters. It doesn't matter. The GOP right now is in a free fall under Donald Trump. The approval rating for Donald Trump is like, oh my God, it has tanked so much in the recent days, weeks, and months. So these tensions are part of a broader power struggle, with both figures attempting to manage their political reputations while navigating through the administration's foreign policy challenges. It is very hard for this bunch of people to really come up with some kind of if you like, positioning themselves as to how they will look better, if not, the best. But the situation in of itself is so worse that they cannot position themselves to be in any better position, any better situation at the moment. Then we also have J.D. Vance talking to the Iranians. Now let's take a look at this one. Basically says U.S. VP J.D. Vance on Israel. This is what he said. Israel, like a lot of other countries, tries to influence American politics. What I understand from this is that J.D. Vance, even though he's lashing out at Israel, that's not what Marco Rubio would want to do, because he believes for him the ticket to the White House would be the Zionist lobby. Take a listen.
Another disagreement that we have on the right that's especially erupted after Charlie was assassinated is about Israel's role in American politics and the argument over whether or not they have an outsized influence here in the U.S. And so what is your take on that? Do you believe that Israel has an outsized influence in the U.S.?
Well, I certainly think that Israel, like a lot of other countries, tries to influence American politics. I sort of take that as a given. And what I think is that American leaders have to be very careful that when we pursue something, we're doing it for America's best interest and not for any other country's best interest.
Okay, so definitely J.D. Vance is making America first. That's not what Marco Rubio would want. If you ask Marco Rubio about Israel, he will never open his mouth and criticize Israel. I mean, that's at least what I have noticed. Maybe you have noticed something else, but Marco Rubio is always criticizing Israel's enemies, the Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, evil people. We do not deal with them. We do not negotiate with them. So again, from day one, Marco Rubio is a bootlegger of the Zionist entity. U.S. VP J.D. Vance, when asked about Israel's genocide in Lebanon, "Ma'am, I think Trump and the U.S. have done more to stop the conflict in Lebanon than any government anywhere in the world." That's the response J.D. Vance gave. Again, very measured, very calculated. He knows a word here or there could actually ruin his chance to get the voters to vote for him. Take a listen.
Got it. The question over here.
Okay, so she's asking.
Israel has something like genocide in Lebanon. The main issue is stopping this.
Well, ma'am, I think that the President of the United States and the United States of America have done more to stop the conflict in Lebanon than any government anywhere in the world over the last few months, and we're going to keep on working towards it. As I think a lot of you appreciate, peace is never easy. Peace always requires a little bit of work. It always requires a little bit of give and take. But the President of the United States is committed not just to peace between the United States and Iran. The President is committed to a regional peace, which is why we're here working so hard to settle our issues. The one last the question over here.
Okay, so again, he is throwing Israel under the bus when it comes to working round the clock to stop the genocidal country, to stop committing genocide in Lebanon. I think the question was positioned in such a way, this lady reporter, J.D. Vance, was shocked. I wasn't expecting her to be so blunt, but it is what it is, right? You have to say and use those words, genocide, because this is exactly what is happening right now in Lebanon and Gaza. Iranian Foreign Minister and Pakistani Prime Minister embrace as Vance sneaks a glance before four-way talks begin in Switzerland. I want you to actually take a look at this video clip. Very interesting. It shows how Vance was taking a look at the Iranian Foreign Minister when he walked inside of the room. Take a listen. Okay, did you catch that? Take a look one more time. So the moment he walked in, Vance was like, oopsie, he's here. Now, obviously, with this, Vance will be relieved that this Iranian guy, foreign minister, showed up, because if he did not, it will be such a embarrassment for him that he went all the way to Europe, to Switzerland, and the Iranian did not show up. I think he was relieved for sure.